Hi guys. Okay, so we're gonna do a taste test today. It's gonna be kind of interesting because we have one cut or a couple lamb chops from our lamb. It's kind of bloody on that side, sorry. And then we have a couple chops from a store. So we're gonna do a taste test, and I'm gonna get them down on the plate, and we'll see what they look like. They're going to look quite a bit different, but that's okay because my husband's coming home, and we're going to do kind of a blindfolded taste test. So I'm going to serve him a couple bites of one and the other, and we're going to give an honest opinion. If ours isn't as good as the store-bought, we'll let you know. If it is, which I'm really hoping for, better than the store-bought, we'll give an honest opinion. So it'll be a little bit interesting to see what both of us think. So I tried to pick them about the same size, and yes, I put them on a silver platter. We went to a secondhand store that donates money to veterans, so we bought some stuff there. So this is ours. This is spring lambs from last year, and then we have Costco. So they have pretty much trimmed everything off of these guys to make... Ow, turd. What are you doing? He just came up behind me and bit the back of my leg. So I'm going to get them out of here and see what they look like. I can already tell these ones look a lot more pink. So yeah, we'll dive into this and see what we think. Store-bought lamb versus locally farm-raised lamb. Who do you think is going to pass and win the taste test? Okay guys, it's no secret that these do look completely different, but that's okay. So I'm gonna cook them, and we're going to taste test based on the fact that we don't know which one is which. So I'm gonna cook them exactly the same as I possibly can, and we're gonna see. So ours right away, obviously it has more fat because the shop, we wanted the fat on, fat's flavor, right? So immediately the ones from Costco, they have the silver skin, but they are completely trimmed. So I tried to go through the Costco meat and our meat to get the same thickness and size. So once I trim these up, they're going to be the same size as these guys, but these are so pink, it's almost weird. So I don't know what breed of sheep these are. I do know they came from Australia because on the label it said country of origin Australia. Now with the new ruling, which I think is flaming ridiculous, they voted, well, not the citizens, of course. Somebody in the government, Congress or whatever, voted to take off the country of origin off of our meat. Whatever. So you have no idea where your meat's coming from. No clue. Could be Mexico, could be Canada, could be Australia, could be China, could be Africa, could be the Middle East. You have no idea now because they took or are in the process of taking that away. So anyway, I like to know where my meat comes from. This I know because we raised her, we butchered her, or excuse me, we had somebody butcher her. We helped with the cut and wrap. We know what is in her and what's not. We know there's no chemicals. We know there's no hormones. But look at the difference. Look at the difference in color. Isn't that nuts? So, sorry if I can get you guys to focus. You're not going to focus? Really? You want to look at the meat in the back? Huh. All right, well, it doesn't want to focus. So anyway, our meat is dark red, and there's some marbling, which is awesome. The Costco meat has some marbling, but it's pink. So I don't know, we'll see. So both cuts have been frozen. So we got this Costco meat a couple months ago, and I've been planning this for a very long time. So this we just cut and wrapped a few months ago as well. So they're as close to the same as I can get them. I'm going to do a little bit of trim, and we're only going to be seasoning with it's a mix of peppercorns and Himalaya salt. And I'm almost out. Yeah, I know. So that's the only two things we're going to be doing. And we're going to be frying in extra virgin olive oil. And I have a thermometer, which we are going to I'm gonna test the temperature to make sure they're as close as I can get them. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so as you can see, there's still plenty of meat on here, which I'm going to take off. So I'm going to take it off and fry it. I'm going to fry it really quick. We are going to go for a medium rare to rare, something in the range of more rare than medium rare. So I'm going to cook them as fast as I can. So they've been sitting out of the fridge probably for a good 20 minutes or so. But I'm going to trim this up a little bit. And I am no butcher, guys. Please don't hate me for my lack of butchery skills. But I'll tell you what, this knife, I bought him on Amazon. Oh my God, sharp. And I am very accident prone. And there's been a couple times where I could have lost my life. So if you are, my cat, I don't trust him. He's a little stinker. And yes, we have garland on the floor because our ferrets love playing in the garland, and I just haven't had the heart to put it away yet. So, okay, we got some pretty good chunks of meat off of that, off the trims. So I'm going to cook those separate because I can't waste that. I just can't do it. So I'm going to do a little sniff test as well on these before my husband gets home. He went to the store and he's grabbing some dinner stuff. So right away you can tell the color difference. So the store-bought meat's very pink. Ours is very dark. So I'm going to do a little sniff on this guy. Okay, there's a little bit of a gamey, almost a gaminess to that one. Let me sniff this guy. Oh, okay. That's really interesting. So ours has almost a stronger beefy flavor, but not really a beef flavor. They actually smell completely different. So I know nothing about these. Ours, we did cure, we did hang them in our shop. We hung them for a couple weeks, and no hate mail. It was between like 26, 28 degrees and like 34 degrees. So we hung it a little longer than we needed to. Plus we had to work around our butcher's schedule. This was from our ewe lamb, Heidi. So I picked her because they were about, comparable in size. So we'll see. It's just really interesting that the smell is different. I mean, they both smell okay. The store-bought one does have almost like a venison-y type smell to it. So we will see. So how this is going to kind of work, I guess. So I'm going to cook them, and I'm going to cut a little bit off of each one. I'm going to feed it to my husband, see what he thinks. I'm not going to tell him which one it is, obviously, and then he's going to do the same thing for me. Don't want to know, because we are honestly giving this a 100% honest review to see what we think, see what's better. Flavor, smell, texture, we're giving a review on all of it. So we'll see. It looks pretty delicious though, doesn't it?
Bow, bow.
Hey Douglas,
What?
what are you making with that stuff?
Spinach artichoke dip?
Spinach artichoke dip.
Well, just artichoke dip.
We have spinach.
I know. Artichoke dip with cottage cheese.
Oh, so it's spinach artichoke dip.
4%!
No, folks, if you've never had the 4%, yeah, our fridge is a little bit bare. If you've never had the 4% cottage cheese
Or the Mexican sour cream.
or the Mexican sour cream, the Mexican sour cream, it tastes like the base of yogurt. It's phenomenal.
It's beyond good.
Okay, so this has been going for, I don't know, 3 minutes now. So I'm going to flip them all. Oh, look at the crust on that. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, and I put the little tidbits in there too because can't waste those.
See how good. Good? Okay.
Look at those.
Nom, nom, nom.
Okay, so ours are getting done a little bit quicker. So I think I'm going to move. And it's only on, we only have it on medium. So I'm going to move ours just a little bit off of the burner a little to get these guys time to keep going. So now is the time, now that I flipped them, I'm going to put the probe in to check our temperature. So I'm only going to put them in two. I'm going to put the probe in these two because they're the thickest. And no, you know what? I'm going to put them in the thin ones. That's a better idea. So, because the thin ones obviously are going to get done before the thicker ones. So we'll just go straight down in the center. Straight down in the center. And one of them is bigger than the other one because... Don't listen to my husband, folks. Because one of them is actually to check for barbecue temperature and the other one's actually to probe the meat. But I don't have two meat probes. But I've tested them and they both actually test the same temperature. So right now we're at 98. We're going to go... Or 97. So one of them's at 98, one of them's at now 99. So... Number one probe is on the store-bought meat. So that's on that side. So it's getting hot pretty quick. So we're going to stop, and I'm pulling it up a little bit towards the middle. And he's at 106. So we're going to stop at about just over 120. So they're going to go up a little bit as they sit. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't have time to pull this on video because it got done really fast, really quickly. So we stopped them. One of them was at 121, the other one was at 122. So in case I forget or they look too similar, on the back of the plate, I put an S for store-bought. So I know which one belongs to which. So...
That's for shiitake.
No.
Should be.
So, yeah, they're looking really freaking spectacular. So... Number one probe, I think he was in, yeah, the store-bought. So number one is only at 88. The other one's at 85 or 105. So we're going to do the same thing and pull him off the side a little bit. Put him more towards the center. So, and that worked perfect with the other two. So
They didn't get probed.
They did get probed, actually. I don't know if you guys can hear him in the background, but he's being a stinker.
He's not getting probed.
Okay, folks, so here is the finished product. They all were stopped just over 120 degrees. I know this one is ours, and this one is the store-bought. So I'm gonna cut little pieces, and we're gonna have a secret little taste test. So we'll see who actually likes which one better. Okay, guys, so I know which one is which. He's not gonna know which one is which because he's actually in the process of cooking or making artichoke dip. Yum. Oh, don't mind the beer. Okay. So I'm going to put them on forks. I'm going to mix them up so he can't. So there's no way for him to tell which one is going to be which. So we'll just do this guy.
I'm going for a beer.
Oh, guys, look at that.
Beer.
Holy cow. Man.
I like drinking beer.
Oh, dude, that looks...
Lovely.
Look at that, folks. That is... Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and then this one's also the smaller of the two. So I'm going to cut into this one because we're about the same. Okay. So, as you guys can tell, they're quite a bit different in color. And I don't know why it's not focusing. Anyway, so a lot different in color. So, okay. Douglas, are you ready for 1 minute?
Let me put these away. We have that.
Okay, so he's not going to know which one is which, but I will.
My knuckle has...
I think he knows he's on camera.
My knuckle has stuff on it.
Okay, try this one first.
Okay.
Honest opinions only.
I like the color. It's nice and rare.
And it's only salt and pepper. That's it. Nothing else. You don't have to
Good
say anything yet.
texture.
Okay.
That's good.
Is it tender? Is it chewy? Is it what?
It's tender. It was actually good.
Okay. There's a second one. Okay. What's the taste difference?
The taste was 10 times better with the first one.
Okay.
The second one was easier to crunch down and go down.
Okay.
Make sense?
Sure. So the first one that you had was Heidi. That was our you.
I
I know.
That bitch. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if I'm going to cut that out.
You shouldn't.
He has no manners. So, the first one was Heidi. So that's not one of our lambs because we didn't have a lamb that was comparable in size. So we'll probably end up doing it again, but with one of our lambs. So...
One of you.
No, with one of the lambs.
I thought Heidi was a lamb.
No, she was a... No.
What was she?
She was a ewe.
I'm a you. You're a you on me.
She was an adult... She was an adult
Yes.
breeding sheep. Okay.
Tougher.
So, you liked the flavor better, what, on the first one, but the
First one.
texture better on the second one?
The first one, the flavor was there.
Okay.
The second one was more like a medium rare or rare steak.
Well, that makes no sense because they were cooked exactly the same.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, so now we're going to do a taste test for me. Okay, back up.
Here
Okay.
we go.
Which... Okay.
Try one.
Do you know which one's which?
Yep.
Okay. It's dripping on me. Okay. It's seasoned nice because it only has salt and pepper, but it doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's tender enough. Oop, I'm spitting. But it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. It's okay. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope that's not ours. The crust on it. Oh man. The crust is perfect on these.
Phenomenal.
I love to cook, in case you guys don't know. Okay. Big difference. That one has a ton more meat flavor to it. And I think it's just as tender as the first one that I had. It has a little bit finer texture.
Okay.
The crust is really good. Oh, it was pretty good on both of them, though. So, my consensus... Oh, I've got my lip. Is A, I want more. I would have both of them in a restaurant. But the second one, I would say I would pay double the price for the second one.
That was Heidi.
Yes! Okay. Heidi.
Heidi. That was ours.
So Heidi, if you guys haven't seen my other videos, Heidi she was a 2-year-old. Was she 2? Yeah, I think they're 3 this year. So she was a 2-year-old ewe. And the only reason why I picked her cuts was because it was comparable in size to the store-bought ones. She was dangerous. She was panic button all the time. She got everybody else stirred up. She would go through fences. She would try to go through fences. She would try to go through you.
And she taught everybody to do that.
She taught everybody to do the same thing. Her offspring was identical to her. Her babies had the same attitude, so we had to get rid of her for safety-wise. So yeah, there is a big difference. The texture of the first one, the store-bought one that I had, it was a lot coarser texture. Heidi, our grown ewe, yeah, she was superior in my opinion. So the color difference is also what is really surprising. So,
but she was fed.
She was
spoiled.
Yeah, she was spoiled. And I'm sorry, guys. I cannot get this to focus up close. But this is Heidi. This is the store-bought. So our lamb, or our sheep, was a lot darker. I think you can see that. And then the store-bought was a lot more pink. So I don't know. He liked, on the first taste test, the store-bought one better.
I hated Heidi.
Well, did you know it was Heidi? Well,
it might have been a genetic thing.
He didn't know which cut was what. So
it was genetics.
No,
I'm a gene fool.
No.
Oh.
So, but you liked. So overall, your overall opinion, which one did you like better?
The salt and pepper was better on one, but the other one had better taste.
Heidi had better taste.
Yes. Okay,
so Heidi had better taste, but I don't know. I picked that one out. It was an honest taste test, guys. So I would every day of the week go with the locally farm raised, because they're all grown and raised on a farm, obviously. But this one from Australia, it was good. It was decent. Mm-hmm. But if you've had a taste test with locally sourced meat, you won't go back to store-bought. I don't think ever. You'll be disappointed, honestly.
You might, but yeah, you'll be disappointed the whole time.
Yeah, so if you start off with store-bought meat and stay with it, you're probably fine. But if you have a locally sourced lamb and then you go back to store-bought, you might be a little bit
disappointed,
turned off. So
you'll accept it, but it won't be that taste you're looking for.
No. So Heidi, granted she was, a year older than a lamb that we would normally butcher. Yeah, a lot more flavor. And the texture, I think, kind of surprised me as well, because ours are Icelandic and it was a lot finer texture, a lot less, I don't know.
You should have showed the marbling.
I did.
Oh, good.
I did show that. So, anyway.
The local butcher thought we did something special.
The local butcher did think we did something special because we had the extra marbling in our meat.
And all we did was just finish them off the right way.
Or
spoiled.
Or yes, what my husband says, I may have fed them too much, but it paid off in the long run. So we fed them premium hay. We did sell a couple of them for meat, but we did not make a profit.
That means the horses might taste good.
I'm going to forget I heard that.
Oh.
Anyway, folks, so it was a good, honest taste test. We learned a lot, and next time we're actually going to do a lamb chop. What were they?
Ram-a-lamma ding dong.
How old? They were born in March, April, May, June, July, August, or October. So they were 8 months old. So we're going to do a taste test with a lamb versus store-bought. So we're going to do that next. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned a thing or two, and he's going to finish making the dip. Do you have any chips to go with the dip?
Ram-a-lamma ding dong. No, I forgot to buy chips.
You didn't buy chips.
Nope.
Probably a good thing. Anyway.
Sidetrack.
Have a great day, folks. We will see you very soon. No, you're going to see us very soon. And lamb season's coming. It's coming very, very quickly. They're starting to bag up and getting close to lamb. So you're going to see those guys very soon as well.
Ram-a-lamma ding dong.